33 minutes after 8. I just say Akasimano Eduno and Sona Nonkono Abo. Adom 106.3 FM. July Bosume Neda Edikai. What a way to start the month. My singular honor. Sanya Edikai Editu Jano. The General Secretary of the largest opposition party in Ghana. Openi Nana ASIEDU Oba Penny Hega Koshia from Babema. Johnson ASIEDU NKETIA. General Atrase. General Adebakwa me de Penas Empire Nemre. The time. Emre de Onfendi Agro Kra. Which is our time on the Bedruha. That's a very good example of a leader. General Kwaba, you know, me Kwaba. Yeah. About a pumbo kwade, about my mic na kama me.
Adom me ho ya.
E de nyamiase. Na me ye ho researcher na mu say, "Eh, sa opani ASIEDU ne anti Hega na wo mkambu ma, ene Ghana enya wo somfa so bibre sei." Nyamisha, we bi aboko de. Na tuntumi ye general.
Oh, sir, amanu nyina ye. Na afi so awudi ayekoso man mu no say me de me panka say Ghana ni bia sabre ya ewo mu de ye nta nche tuntum
sa
say breach aboy.
Okay, meba bibisa ne ekoso na we me mo akwa ba meba bibisa ne ntia wadwene mu no hu se briche abo wo man amenka wo se wo Cerelac konko no esi ho no wo betimi enya bi ato atu agum Cerelac ede 350 gram pouch value pack ede aba baby na one to konko no antwene vitamins A, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B12, vitamin D, zinc na fe iodine ebuam of frane pa baby grab your value pack at a retail shop near you. Cerelac 350 gram, more for less. CBJ so mo akwenya wetimi atua o taxes to ahodoa obeso tua nyina or dial star 222 hash na fe wetimi atua customs duties, GRA taxes, Environmental Protection Agency levies, Ghana Standards Authority levies, Food and Drugs Authority levies, and a fee levies for all other government services. Utiano kwantia waso brebia enim www.ghana.gov.gh with me a fellow forms na fe we generate we invoice bibi a chire wadwin bia no free 0302216000. CBG, we stand with you. Vodafone so Emma with data ni border phone na expire channel so sama me 5 Ghana cedis now when you 1.23 gigabytes. So na 10 Ghana cedis no yeah amount 3.4 gigabytes. Ukra 20 Ghana cedis I amount 9 gigabytes for only 20 Ghana cedis. Dial star 700 hash on your Vodafone. Have was selected o value bundler ebeboa any adwuma wo ye. Remember, you can go further with the power of Vodafone data. Vodafone, together we can. But joining me on Facebook, Abraham and General Johnson ASIEDU NKETIA share and Comatricheno ase. General, memo akwa baby onasi bridge kese pa na abo man.
Say o my baby agent sabre die. Enye papa kra mai. Dedi kai. Amamu ekosonye. The tosumi no esika semu.
Jimmy 106.
Sika basabasa ti said the yako han obi da insabe ne yatimu. Ebre bi beso ama yetu akoy yetu ajada no sa ne ye o mai. Afi so anka bibia bebo ye kura ya no asem nso o kasa so a wanya asem enti chese bibia ni ho ayekoso ewo manum na empuntu so eno so nkoso enti media madwene mu de ne ayekoso wo manmu ese yayiyo anka ese da bia igusu ayeye cause ya boye abra yesu Enti saa na me hu de ekoso
yen nsem na mako Bible ho ensem enkenka ye hya se free na akoso adwura nansen ya mgiri se wani edi akire ne kwan aban afaso menka se ama asumdwe asan aba adwura se ye kasa ye nra omampani de the press release ora yugina henensa e hya se e ba me hu se me boso no wo so usuti. Is that too late?
Oh, say a humbida. And when I be painting a boaster or in background, no in any atonche. A beer Bama, President Nokura has set up commission of inquiry. Commission.
And your ministerial inquiry.
And no crown could see baby. And no crown no uncle see baby. Now the idea no can say, as they say, minister. Onko yenhwehwemu ebiso abama president na nkasa kura direct IGP se onko ye adwuma no so ankosi baabia na we ordinary sem no afa ne spokesperson so say on direct minister of interior and san no anko direct IGP amana ye yemede mi hu se ye ade a omo to emre bi keke ama abufuo akofom ya ade bibia be firi mu aba e wo se ade nipa yakum omo kwa Bibia mfrimuma. David. Said the mihunu aban we ana motuo no. Saa ne ekono. Bibia ni if you say the CEO ayawa so west wo gon yet commission Bibia mfrimuma.
Report commission the report by.
Na me che say de be na mfrimuma. Reports num nyina ye twere ye ne white paper ne green paper ne ade nyina nchi no de ne mfrimu by. Bibia mfrimuma. Why ye pro kwa why yabo kwa asontwe bia mfiri mu amma lesson bia mfiri mu amma ena eno free ho ena ekọ tachiman so akokunkum nipa aprepre nipa besi na bibia mfiri mu mai enu ntino ena wo hwe MP4 ayakum wo mo sojafu ayakum wo mo prosi ayakum wo mo ni ade nyina no it seems say nipa kum no ya be ye normal part of my life say ye kum a yenye dede he na chese na nsam bi twam a eno anu no jamen kanet ye baby enu ntina security situation no degenerate no enti ohunu say edru baby na amanfo start say wo mo resort to instant justice ya say omugidie wo criminal justice system no mu no ahwan ebi na ye hu because edwura de kura say de ohunu obi say ye tete no ye tata no epenaku no wanya warnings ne ade ono so nim say prosina onya sa woni a odi koda omo eno no de akọ prosifo ho akobo mama ne enti ya meeting say prosifo no yantu anamon kra no ya san twele ta akoma no say onhwe ne ho ye say enen kasa yimu ne ade it means say prosifo no kra abunu for before aye beku no eno nti ye kunu wie ye nso no timamufo no tra ho ekokọ ka say e dey say nipa we ni ena papa no oti ase no wabe kan kire mo se yetete no ayama no ho warning publicly ni ade enti sa akoba se yakunu a at least sanka se nipa wabo mudin se o mo tete no no de e se invite obi bisa no question ya misa obia ena wo mo kosie nipa na emrante so de nipa nya wu okromu no ya brante a se obi na akunu nya obi na akunu meminim se baabi kura nkura no bi ase kura onya wu no ye on a certain age pe yese abaifo enti ne na oni maami oti ase kura o mutumi ye dede kotete no ne ade no ma ade a esi wo oman mu baabi a eno nti no na se police fo no se wo man kasa nsa nim te se de me kasa ono abe report a ono mom ne ebo no kokko se onhwe ne kasa ne ma ye mu nya che se proceed mu se nya sa nete a anka police fo a omo ye professional adwuma no ese se omo hu se sa wo no kwan afa so aba no ye kosie no a emrantie be de ka so na de a ekoso yi say IGP no ankasa kura ba beka conditions ya SSA ye president kransa na police for use later force ono ani conditions ya okan yi na ye nuru mu ba bia bibia ni ho so far aba be kire se na prosifo no ananse omo e wo ho no obi a life ye in danger in any way.
But IGP say rioters no were armed. Internet police for and military for they had no choice to use lethal force.
There be any evidence say obi e armed. Ye kan say ya tutuo ba ko na mienu amama hu. Now can say they were armed there. How do you define armed? Unti say obi a tutuo obi amfa video obi a mechire say ya attack obi a. Enti uti hono na ye wadwin say wo mo ye armed. Bibi hihye wo mo ho. O se chi wo mo tambe. Ana say de ekosi ye no arms ben na wo mo retrieve so far. Ana se bia wo mo gusu na wo mo destroy property bi. And I say me for so ama wo mo jai sa distraction na. What is the evidence of bibi bia wo mo destroy? Ana obi a wo mo abono ana ye prano. Nothing. So far, Nema Eco Sweden, there is nothing to show, say, na injurious to public safety, and now say public health will be announced, be sad, said damage to property be who evidence be so far. Now, when him say, police for near training or more about crowd control. Den na soldier for bam. Soldiers need sa training no aye de control crowd. Enti fana sa rioting situation no dura abro police for so a ama soldier for bam. Enti soldier for should not be the first line of action say woman na di kai wo matters about rioting. So, I mean can be before before Rollins, a champion number so. Na student ye demonstration near the soldier folk over near say a kumo be cry railway station railway station has students no be near there. Then be I be no near to near prepare students near there. PNDC Bresson. Say beginning now almost so per se yes sir. By a drew point to be now. People like Professor Kwamna Hoy nom ne and Adom ka say na nkwala wo moto dwuma na mu hurihuri ye bibia na ya nkohokra ya nkoye wo mohwe a say nyunu dwa wo mbejai enunti let us try it. And the students on campus ye be demonstration soldier for bar ana police bar and escalate Womoya no bia maya and say he na nyuna no bia so aja na chese. Then we realize say I mean every expression of decent na say wo di soldier for ne and ko so long as say womo and say womo action no nye threat to property and say to life and say yeah say womo express womo ho no why would you go in there to do what you did? At least in the worst case scenario, they say traffic be block kakra. And that is typical of Ejura. Ejura streets here so main street no ye narrow. And when me kura me dru Ejura, na me sorry free me car num near ka say general mosquito aba. Ejura streets block. What you say? Enti president kwa ebe block, Baumia kwa ebe block, Mahama kwa ebe block. Enti say Ejura street be blocko kakra no na ne cost no say ekokum kwabra ni mienu.
But General, looking at the considering the situation at hand, could the police have done a better job? Police from the challenges they have with crowd control. Nanga police from me decide manaso any.
Whoever ordered the for no soldier for no the problem aba.
Really?
Completely, because internal security police for adwuma. It is where police for no womo ya agensamu no ena soldier for ba me hu ba bia crowd control situation aba na edikai afre soldier for say womo nko as the first line of and it was completely wrong. Ena police for no so no who say womo training no internal security for territorial integrity for the soldier for and until soldier for ni training bia about crowd control. Until now, who say or no say nipa ba no abun kotojo geji no shoot. And until now, a wrong decision for anybody to deploy soldiers. Say internal crowd situation bisa no yedi soldier for beko. Completely wrong. Say depending upon the required force. No. Say regular police for no corner ya. You were formed police unit. Formed police
FPU
unit.
For no.
Woman no ye more robust. Woman ye between soldier for force or use any police for ordinary police for force. Until we no form police unit for no. Woman no training in crowd control. And I'm saying one more muzzle than the regular police. It is a winum corner and carbon next line of fashion. Until a nunum ya and now quack of soldier. Until I don't see the role of soldiers in this matter at all. Until Nipa or deploy woman. I think say no cranium minum. Intimate if you more see a baby near the idea who said
General IGP wouldn't him personally.
Very well. I'm Madam Fu.
Okay.
No, Madam Fu. I know him very, very well.
Ejuma all year as Inspector General of Police. Who is saying?
Enyakura poto. And the Amana West Ukraine say. On say Soja Muni Muno. On say politicians na appointing panim for no. Namum say Ubre Pahon, u age Pahon. Na police for ni soldier for no nyina hu se wo age apa ho a ye hu se wo ye civilian IGP even though be the political power can say tra ho no wo mu
ye fa sa buo no a ye say ma IGP no ye fa ma
dabi wo mu nim se wo bra twam enti ye fa sa buo no ma enti o ye lame duck no wo ho na because say I believe or several some political interest in tin aja no ho. Enti anya national security in tin what ho. Or several some political interest be otherwise by now it should be gone. And in tin what ho. And it is part of the challenges because the structure no obi nim say uni ho a we betimi amba also kokutako ye ma onko. Ena waye konongo kaya.
Nasa wakwaye konongo kaya. Wa wonso so awomobi.
Obia womo hya wase immediately a wo firi ho anka bibedi ade no. Obia ni ho ama ni instruction obeye no ye. Obia nim say politicians nye convince say wadwuma nya. Ene ye man say kura na omunhu say they are doing the
General, you think the IGP should go on for adwuma to ho?
I should have gone yesterday nye ne kura na e kan say.
I see. I see.
Political interest.
Now, but in the situation where there's extension of contract, contract near the amount, yeah, extended at the Mawa. I mean, he has no choice than to serve the country in that capacity.
It's a major activity be taking place. It be a memfan say election ebeba o. O term call and they say end of November. So now the new IGP bar 7 days no to me man prepare enkoya ya. Edane kwa mu say o man kwa ma o yes activity no. Beyond that no. Se bibia ni ho a you know uncompleted the ibia say be here or no as a person so better ho ya. Only business stay in there because at the frustration kura eba Womwa ofiri ho a ebi betimi adi no. Those people are getting frustrated. So, enti anya ni kwanso a because the reasons here ye dia ma say obre pa ho a esese utimi president bet me ewa kwanya so bet me I extend the amount. And say discretion at the mawa constitution nature say and say o exercise no capriciously. As I say uhunu sa conditions no say bia obi wo ho a adwuma mu no ono or special expertise bi a we difficult to replace. Enunti ne breso na bia processes of getting a replacement no enyanso CD ya ebetuma aka say ontran ho kakra ana say owo uncompleted adwuma bia SSO oye say judge wa here case bia druba bia SSA akabe 1 or 2 court appearances na wa judgment now no ebetuma aka say ontran ho no judge
cases no we are
those are the circumstances here yetimi ma obi a wabro ne mfie so no otena ho no wie saa ne ma no na say if those things are not applicable now ka say nipa no ntena ho a wo ha o man no because minyi ni say bibibia wo ho a yegusu ayeya eye so uncompleted say opombo anu free ho a obi foforo ntimi nye ena de tosu bie mu nso no minhunu ni expertise bia owa the rest of the police in the system no any anti no yenya replacement enti all those things ya ye so they granted sa extension no nyina e bia ni ho a apply
but general Senka NDC na wa aban mu a would you have advocated for his removal contract extension near here kan the IGP
onko kodadada
oh yeah sure say NDC na wa ban mu anka obenya
sa kodadada NDC say extend obi ne contract bi wo ayimu a police mu na say army mu it must be with stated reasons and yes be a no dru ha me penasemti waye army commander ne bretwam nso ontena ho for what say are we at war and now in the middle of some special operation be a yenwie yenti ontimi mfiri ho ananse say I'm told say army commander so sir so it no say army commander ne bretwam principal ni bretwam now munyina detete ho a now who afi who soon say security enkoso na who kosa
but general so about appointment of these security heads I think both NDC and MPP are guilty because party biaba or per se the top hierarchy of the military and the police you be everyone of a new appointments. How do we remedy this? Because
it's not about the party, it's about the structure that exists. Because this debate has been going on in security circles. Because I'm security course or Ghana Armed Forces Command and a center or no. Sa college no sa na my argument bi eba ho say is it proper say commander in chief obetimi anya kwai ayi ono ne commanders ya one omo be ya adwuma ana say ss o inherit omo. It is a debate which has not been settled, but what we have now and say commander in chief no and or appoint omo. And that is what has been persisting. The president Tibia in removing them and appointing new ones no nyebone or act according to Mera Ewoho. And he says state no decide they say SSA ye some security of tenure. Say police eba be ye IGP SSO tena ekosi brebi so be correct
if
that is what we want the bedi can the ayemra and san what me demand this president no on fasa amra no nya adwuma. But as we sit here now there president bi aba otimi echusu ne IGP but it's not about the choice of the IGP, it's about nipa no na adwuma oye so otima say enunti no ade ba ko a ya yenta insist on ne say nipa ye pointi wo mu no ya na wo mo ankasa so no ya wo mo nye conscious about wo mo legacy a wo mo ja no wo adwuma no mu akọ Yeah, they are carried away by the fact he say out of several choices, no president no be him no the SSA. President no Jan nan cry sem kotafre. Then they melt their own reputation ni womu training ni womu nyina na ma be bootlickers. That is the problem we have in our democracy. Because in every democracy there were structures. But nipa noa oti hwa oye adwuma no aduru bra SSA yetimi hunu se yetimi distinguish between serving an individual and serving the state. So far your public servants no yentimi enuru ho na because act say who serve state ya there are consequences for immediate political bosses no betimi dia ma enti SSA nipa maako mienu miensa bi ye na wo mo sofa matter Adom because change bi e ba the matters in the dikai na ebisu afolo ube hu se na change na beba na ka se obe change bia without matters enya adwuma se ukọ ayi ho enti na me edru tem bia your court system no said the edru ba bia ekwa midi ho yaw no because on say court animu ho no ya ye a year si ho your friend say ya ye judges say one more anniversary no kra ne ene judges,
the matters of
rule of law. Why are they matters? Because we almost standing so will be a matter just say standing for rule of law and damn the consequences. And in the opinion of those who erected the structures, those people suffered the consequences for standing for the rule of law. Inti say that be a judges no mucha muko adwuma na mu say ebinuma timi agina ho for rule of law wo mo asofa saa no na so utwa mu ho a esese hu say semenso man ko standing for rule of law na nipa yakum wo no madi wo mu hwammo. I have abandoned them.
Yes.
Inti no na say ma encouragement. Now so utimi gina ho na ujina ho on the side of the people against powerful principalities. Enti se wo kodru baabi na wo panda to the whims of powerful principalities ya. Na nipa wo mu di ka wo mu ya matters no wadi wo mu hwammo. You have betrayed them. And unto me sa monument no si court anim no. Eye pa se judge se kwa wo mu betimi ahwe da bia na aba wo mu tirimu se de ekosu nie dia obi agina ho se atentene ne be ya adwuma ama enam eso ebi a wanya ni wu a menso me kono se man kodi na namo achi na me koye bibi foforo me kohwe atumfo bi anim edi bu atan a na che se nipa wo mo awu no madi wo mo hwammo wo mo awu kwa. You understand?
Yeah,
that is what martyrdom means. So
yeah.
And if we are coming to a situation, population nu nyina ene ukokoye researcher na imagine say 80% of Ghana for say yenye ejide wo court no mu ahwan dia e just say matters no cry di wo mo hwammo celebration is celebrating no afibia to
as emfaso bi emfaso kra eni so
because they wo mo gina ho ekoje ye no ya nto aso enti ade na say ye kotan say celebrate wo. Okay,
but general say you can some of these security lapses are aya na sobo no ye de kwan a ye fa so recruit military for and police for how do we remedy this situation? Because aban bia ba ono protocol enya aban bia
menim say in the previous situations ebia obehu say ya advertise it ama nipa aba begu frehose elwak ni recruit a enti abedru ba bi no ubehwe minim say bia army commander ne krom obi afiri ho abayazi o ye yanya army commander ekura anti ye nipa ni wa qualify bibia by all standards into ntimi ne huni mfaso wa ntimi am ya mfa nipa ba ko Ghanaians ye nyina Ghanaians we know how it feels enunti you can't prevent say ebia nipa 1 or 2 people be emfa omo through protocol, but in that situation,
but you see that is where it all starts from. General,
listen,
me too.
In that situation, say why ye recruitment process no akodru babia wanya a pool of people wenum nyina they qualify. So
yes,
nebia we army commander na unua wo omo qualify num no na what select no over some because nipa 1,000 qualify na yebeyi mu 100 ya all the 1,000 are equally qualified. They are all Ghanaians. And in that situation no ukoye pamu bi di unua bi ahye ba bi kra no a yeah and yet too injurious to the system as to say advertise kura ma obi anya opportunity na wakoshe kuku amu listi nipa say this mfase mra MP mfase mra party chairman mfase mra na the betia ni say over the past 4 years no the betia ni say nipa pass out yanti say ye recruit ye kokko bisa parliament kura bisa say o backlog no a 2016 o say ye fa omo no ye training omo nwe omo na egusu aye training omo does it make sense so entire problem BNI for 4-5 years in yenti say BNI for nipa and so there be a funny pattern army yenti police yenti fire service yenti enti ho and a problem no free because garbage in garbage out ye wo mra e wo ho a ye gina so de recruitment enti say and those laws and processes are carefully thought through ultimately enti say one yesa now kofa different ibia kofa nipa beguma and ye kan ya o ka say aban bia basa video appear a castle near select MPP vigilante for eteni omo aka say ye di say awura soja num ye di say awura aminum nsema na omo keka no ho nyina ebepie ye no ebesine they actually take care about it nothing the woman says still the thing continued entino o share woman a ye chechi woman with arms police for I see ya implicate woman in armed robbery ye chechi woman say woman the woman two mahine and they are nyina private corporate. What does it mean? It says fan nim fear nine.
Be a kosura ni be a sergeant anambwa.
It says fan nim fear nine. So if you recruit the wrong persons here, garbage in, garbage out.
But my question still stands. Then ya correct sa subaya nasa na moya embwa security system.
And I mean say wafa proper procedure no so. Na wa select ni per 1,000. Na say for 100 ya. What you say? 1,000 no. E 100 bia obefa bia no. Etimi ko sa presi no man ye. What man say?
Me too.
Enunti no say within sa 1,000 no mu. O boa obi kura within 1,000 no mu a. Enye as bad to the system or injurious to the system as say onye short list bia yenkofa nipa bi mfiri ba bi because of their party ana omo tribe ana omo bi nemfa omo megum. enti say criteria aselect 1,000 no de eche say ye hia nipa 1,000 anka wo munyina wura soja no mu ana presi no mu ansai hwe enu nti say ba say merit within the 1,000 no mu na obi a compromise bibi kra enye as bad as say nipa o miti ade no kra now dey na kwa
okay, but that political pressure that heads the IGP and the chief of defense staff, you know, say nipa 1,000 kra na ye fa uma bia nanka ebetimi afa be 900 genuinely ya enlistment na afa na bia 100 no ebia, you know, MPB de ba ku bi ana mikro mo hene so say yemfa we ana so minister we say yemfa we, but pressure the ba down so then they have no option than to koto.
They have an option because tie say criteria no e da honie ebia nipa una akina ewo una ntabu no inside say
yes
say ebi ni una mu ne e foul na ko she ami butu a utimi mu ni ugina ho cha utimi mu ni eto ewu oni bi na so ye MPB nu am emfa no a say wo wa sentence no to death. So say nipa no ni age eburu soja ko ana ami ko na say o ye vigilante ni enti yemfa no nko hye mu a say eno nso what create problem for the system. So ultimately
okay
enti me kura de say menya kwanya anka meka say yensan fa boys company emrabiem
sa
boys company ayetwa mu no aha pa because that time no ye recruit nkwara no be say 12 years 10 years 12 years ho ne de womo akọ through the system enti obewie a obeba be soja ni no ne loyalty to the state ni loyalty kura nko to ni parents kura even you know than the state enti no ni bibia ye to the state but tema omo ho no na kuku no so doso de enti akuku no doso ne say ohunu say adebone koso a etia no na say mpanimfo amutia konwa so na mo ya they will involve themselves say ne wanya ya ye betu near to say abaye koso isesi say boys company for Ghana asesia mi ji say kaku abadadada kaku aba
okay
enunti no at some point ya omutwa mu no in one way ama yanya stability kakra but in another way so no ama say obi a ukofa no soja mu wachine apa adwuma wonya ebi wokra waware awoma enti ne prime ya odi ba soja num ni say obepe adwuma obenya katua ahwe na busia it's not about coming to serve the nation ne prime ya odi corporation mu ni say oni wanya adwuma enti memfa no saa katua no ye kakra
okay
enti no those are the niema eha security system enti no niema no bebre based on recruitment na ya hwe ya how wrong recruitment it mean the assembly nation uko Togo it will tell you ya de mabedi akonwa no kofa ni kromfo ebe dominate amino Togo problems ya homunya no nyina na free sade no enti se wan hwe ye now the tribalism ana political considerations ana bibibi ebe dominate the security in the country asem kase pa na ko
okay mene Ora Johnson ASIEDU NKETIA na twetwe enkomo he is the general secretary of the National Democratic Congress na mene no twetwe enkomo join here on Facebook na fa comment to ho ye be jeme na fe ya kenkan the amount general NDC youth wing march for justice no wo as general secretary what sanction
oh yes yeah, sanction.
What sanctions are march no?
Yes.
But I tell you anything.
Oh, say mabunu face say justice in Koso or my no more. na ɛsɛ ɔmo yɛ kyerɛ within their rights sɛ ɔmo yɛ saa yɛ kyerɛ no na me susu kura sɛ adeɛ ba ahwɛ a yɛbɛyɛ security a economy kura yɛ nka ho asɛm
yɛbɛba hɔ
susu sɛ ɔman wei adeɛ baako ɛyɛ wrong with us unim say for more than close to 1 year ni yeah, the emergency powers in the running country we say
sana hunu
say ya ko pass emergency powers covid no buy na call parliament ko pass emergency powers no enti executive instruments unaccountable executive instruments yeah, they running on my me kai say mra no kra na clause bi shemu say after 6 months SSC review 6 months you kura pa ho ena yeti obi anka ho asem ena mra awu kura yegina so ko dispel crowd say because of covid say ekokọ kura na I'm yet to check when emergency powers no kura expire say bia ye ka say kura expire kura no na power o mugina so kura say womo kokwele they say ejura demonstration no eno nso ye suspect eno ntino me de Miss Rubia ekosoa SSS citizens nya ho akwanya se womo beye kire
but oshe
ya na wa mfe osin a ye hu se o yare
oshe ni fix the country for you womo FM what makes you think say we no approach for the makwan ma demonstration and protest no
police for adwuma need to protect the citizens against the state powers ya enye papa aye DDN enti se ne police for no ambe o manwin se say womo no bedi abanchen atete amanfo a eno kra kire say there is reason for the demonstration court wo ho a court no protect amanfo against a powerful and overbearing state say yes trample on the rights of people enti se unu say court no abeteki position say the side of the state against the citizens here then there is nipa nantuaye kasi ache nesre nti there is the cause for demonstration enu nti no state institutions ya hihye no nyina no ye hihye se ebetimi a protect citizens no against the abuse of women rights by an overbearing state nti so who say state institutions no eno akodi overbearing state no afa na omotete citizens na then there is cause to say the citizens must rise up and defend their side of the bargain.
You move away now share other trending issues. Nancy na London Commercial Court the judgment that 170 million at the young Ghana kum. Now if we baby na die bedru ha and she say what as General Secretary what to say under the cabinet of former President Mahama and supervise this bad agreement. How do you respond to it as a General Secretary?
Me are very proud to say under President Mahama you enter into that agreement.
I see.
Obia obeka say a bad agreement we should go and examine on Wankasa no. Because a attempt to defraud the people say obe describe sa agreement as bad. Enchemu ni say omai ye enter into some energy crisis. Na dumso ye friend dumso ye nyina hunu se babia every ban se energy no a esese ye hia de adwuma no through say lack of investment in the generation side no amaya bedru babia demand no more than the power generated in the country nti esese ye invest na nipa the generation eba na yetiminya ade no supply because ade a eni ho wontimi nchema ne nyi enunti ene eko enter into several agreements including this particular agreement
GPGC
enti sa agreement we no would they compare all the other agreements here ya enter into a bibia ni why say in fact it is even more favorable in terms no more favorable than other ones here. Ameri numni and the idea even MPP buyer or mobile extend no. Sa GPGC we say no. In terms no more favorable. At least the cost no. GPGC there 4 cents. The Akanunya 5 cents, 6 cents, 5 point something cents. Inti ne buono e wo form a chain the Akanu. So what makes it bad? What makes it bad? Inti obia can say be bad about it ya. That person should prove. Say adie weni ehunu say na ye bad about the agreement. There is nothing like that. Afi ena momo ba say whatever the cause. We say GCA chum. On say MPP so ma dey ba ko say we mu take a decision before going to look for the reasons. He say Jimensa will declare winner and send a copy vote to her. The best support I just say winner winning. And you know, Sana Omoye, said they took some positions, as I say, each as a dear way. And I feel now more copy reasons. Inti, at some way I'm on the court. Momo kocha agreement mu. And I had them call court because of agreement ya mochamu. Obianka say or the Ghana call court because of wrong agreement tibia ya entao. What be sa?
Me too.
Say court no. E ka say agreement no ye wrong unti na omo slap we 170 million. Court bianka sa. Momo buy and for whatever reason we imagine say mo betwam. And now more kase they say committee be a recommendation. Sa committee no recommendation ne report no say mon fa mechere besine untimi fa committee report. Sa
committee na yete no September 2016 wasem na okay.
Omuntimi fa ho report nchire obia. Even the court. Moko fa report wa yensan ne ye. Ni asan tutu ne ma no bia free mu. And I'm the coy, and I call to say, Monfa report now, Monka say, no, na mujina so a German. Monfa mechere. Up to time my judgment, and he said, Nemimity studio, hey, I bind to me for a report to be a mechere. Say, any yasen sign committee no say that ye full report say that ye won't mean for mechere. But
my person, I'm a committee, no,
yeah, committee.
Good.
And now mobile.
So when we share the various PPAs are signed because you knew that at the end of the day, no, definitely, I'm sure now there will be some financial implications because we are going to definitely have excess power in here.
Say yet the fact is say at the committee say yenche various PPAs here. Ya sign no. And no interest say there is admission say excess BBB or hot. Because in excess, why would we establish a committee? It is a committee in Concofi share. BBB more. It is not an admission, say, excess power. But say, yes, in sign, I didn't know, now you're regulate, and who say, we on Shana Juma says, Satam way, now we ye ma we nika implement it. Now, we in China so 2 years, one funny them running. Those are the things they will be looking at. But in any case, sa committee na moye de say yet no Mahamata. MPP by one very constitute two committee no. They said the Omari constitute electoral commission and nobody imagine how I can say electoral commission President Rollins in a year. One very constitute committee no. I choose mo chairman. Ama woman koye mojuma under a reconstituted committee. And no krana. Monso mo can say one recommendation ni say yencha saadie mu. And ye ka say for full report no bra na yenhwe nyina so a omu gina so kan ye besi ne court ho no a omu di asem no. Arbitration wa omu di asem no. Lending court no. Ghana fuo obia hu full report no besinde usu gina ho na ka se eno so na gina ya utu anamo afi so no esese amamfo hu se asemu ekoda London court die mo gina so ka se ye twa agreement no mu no abana nkasa se agreement no nyew abai no by the conduct ogitum say agreement no ye papa na ne implementation ena osusu say sa power company no abuso yen hihye nie ena me charge you say wabuso yen hihye no che say ye duru ha the way beto ha ye duru ha the way beto ha ena ye duru ha wan fa nto ho ye duru ha so wan fa wo ya nto ho enunti me charge you say agreement ya me no sign ye no the SSL wo ye no onye enunti me twa me ho afirimu. That is all the case of government in Kambia, whether at the court or at the arbitration or anywhere say agreement no nye aban kansa and any document BMO HS agreement no nye enti wamu communicators ye ne namo aye ka se na agreement boni no wamu anu egitum se agreement no ye papa na wamu gina so aka se the other party no abuso because say uko enforce agreement ya say oni say agreement no nya ade na uko enforce now apply say agreement no enye nsama omde ko eni say SSA company no enya license be to produce and sell power ansa na omo aye omo adwuma company no enya sa license no baako womu besi sa factory ayino a plant na
eso mnya baby a womu
ese baby asase a womu de besi so home permit womu nyae ena third one so something ena court ya ha ka se nsema womu kan nyina womu boa because agreement ya odi be produce power ne ade wa aban no enedema energy commission or whatever woman nedema ena sa energy commission no so no nkrofo application da ho na esese omo board fo meeting ansa na womo approve ena wo aban no wo agu energy commission board a wonya constitute ye South Asia
Meteo General
enti se wo agu board no a esese omo take decision na womo approve license man ko ye adwuma ono energy company no na ebe constitute board no ama wana out of your own negligence say una one constitute board ntia woman approve license no ntia by no negligence until you cannot be blaming na the aya mesere kura nso no say committee amose mo set say enkohwe contract no ne chairperson no ye
Dr. Henkra na okay
so no ye energy commission no pani ena ono ni company na yi no na ese o mo license no ena ono wa ma because board ni ho ena ono asan abegyina ha se mo se wa twere se ono kura ko gina court na ni man ka se on kai se wa recommend se yen terminate sa ade no enti aban defense ya oye se committee bia a recommend se no mo committee no pani no kura se o gina court na nim no oka se on kai se omo no atu aban fo se yen record yen twam ena de won akura mpo ni se agreement no enhihye wo mu ene se asemsi afanu no ntamu a won be yi ni pamiensa won be kwa akotena se na won ahwe asem no aye arbitration no yen Ghana yi baako company no so yi baako na yeni company no nyina kan bomu ayi third person saa ne ye ya wo mo kotena so saa nipa miensa wo mo kotena so edi asem no yen Ghana fo yen nipa ye yi no se oye Ghana ni no obu ye fo nganya we kura no de owo company no afa ene de ye mienu ayi wo se wo mo kura be bu ye fo a yen nipa no a yen yi no ye dance ni no si ye di fo aban di fo aban anye no ye and says so contract no coachum. And when nipa edi animu e coacha sa contract no mu no. Ya ne wa mu obi ka as of mine.
Ansani ebeba nhwehwemu no, how do you respond to Mijisa Wati, Dr. Dominic Ayini, the then Deputy Attorney General, the company, an address and a GPGC near there, and people are raising issues of conflict of interest. Then I don't know how you respond.
To know no what Dr. Ayini Asembi Umana. There's nothing like that. Asema omkodi no court to honya about conflict of interest. Inti nipa bi na acha da acha se ensu ofa nipa no na bibibia opeso osum. Because asema court no, it's not about conflict of interest bia. So say inti no dey you beating about the bush. Enye issue cry say mo beka ho asem cry ho. Because the issues no say what to anamonfun bi ama oman na boka 170 million. Na me dey dollars o. Die me ya Godfrey Odam oda so ya Attorney General me ya ne se wa hwe oman nanim asem no ba face no obeka se onim ho hwe kura ye so anu in wie ye ansa na o ko office akotisa asem. Meanwhile asem no ba no woni o boss we Deputy Attorney General woni na akodi asem no ma ya di for. No asem be ho man animu e kan kire say wonti asem no ho bibia da. Udin won krata no mu koto amko nyina. Asem iso bae no e wo UK mra na edidi. Musu mu free ha de Ghana law firm. Se bi mo hunu nyansa se sa tam no kra no nke se mo fa UK firm bi kra ka mo ho. Na moko hwe asem no wa arbitration ma transia ma ya arbitration abu ye for awie
asana ya moko hwe omnia strategy
lawyer for two groups eni nyina mako se iska wo ho first one am ko fa wo mo na akabe se nansa arbitration no buti awo a ye wo normal of days ya am say 28 days ya ss ultimate eye appeal na wo de court ba ena matena hwa ma akabe 3 days ansana moko akofa omnia strategy or whatever law firm no Tony Blair ne yire law firm ono so se campaign mu kra ono so ba ha se Tony Blair ba ha ebe kasa sa ba nu ko ye se ono so ne yire wo contract binti kra na ono so ba ha yinim so enunti makofa ono no echo apply for extension extension ana extension no ebe so no ka say wa hwe asem no yasem nyede enti oyi ne ho afiri mu oyi ne ho firi mu na musan kofa another law firm ena ono so koye mu reasons ya mo de koye say na covid wo ha covid ni bi ni wiase ba bia enunti na mwantimi amefaale mu ne mantem na mo ye election na mo ye nsem hwanyan enunti no e kana ba beto ha na e ka eda hoi unim de betimi aye wo manum times 170 million no by 6 cedis per dollar. Times 170 million no, multiplied by 6 year. It will tell you sika yashiri.
Okay.
But now e-blocks na yesi no. Ba kumbia yesi no 5 million cedis yonya dollars. Enti multiply sa ade we na hunu secondary schools dodo a anka ye betimi DSC 170 million no. Okay. Na announce no.
Aban so be nhwehwemu.
Aban be na ye nhwehwemu nipa a wo di ho fo no na okoye nhwehwemu ede nhwehwemu no okoye ede nhwehwemu no okoye ye wo mu ne
ebe shase free mapen so a de aba
nhwehwemu be ade no akoda court di mu homu ayaba asema de court nso ene se watwa contract bim wonka se contract no nye contract ni ntwamu besi nne no aban foforo bi anye ho hwe aban MPP aban into ono asan twa ne ho say afa no he fa na okoye san hwebu no e den no okohwehwe because court process no nyina akoso abedru sa atamu e kire say there is absolutely nothing wrong with contract no enti contract say bibia anya wrong with the contract ya niema aye wrong with this termination no nyina so ye mo
enhwehwemu na musuro ana mu feel say bibia no
anya say obi asuro de no okohwehwe because one kasa ugidi say contract no ye ena wagina so take you actions oniema wo ye nyina ye based on say ugitum say contract no ye ena what take you actions contract no nya why would you want to fault contract no to fault the agreement based on the terms of a contract I will say enye
mene Ora Johnson ASIEDU NKETIA na twetwe
na contract ayen approve by parliament ya kwa approve.
And that's another question. Parliament first will approve some of these contracts
because when you compare the terms of the contract terms no far better than other ones here mo ba ya masan be extend otiase say when mo charge 4 cents per kilowatt hour na say ebi charge 5 cents 6 cents they charge 5 cents 6 cents no nyina no ya ba be extend it na dey 4 cents no a cheaper no na okotwa mu a additional power bia no the same na wo mo ton amai. The issue about excess capacity womo ka ho asem ni ade there's so much ignorance here ekoso wo man no
really
say who build the generation bia oba build e be make sense bia no involve excess capacity because ultimately for one day NC generating plant enunti who be see generation plant ya who project ko wanim say e ha be say 5 years time you be here power saying say
there's a limit to the excess capacity
precisely
but where in the situation where you are only accruing excess capacity only to export that is another question because no, I've listened to the Attorney General.
Look, even if the export makes sense here it is correct to do it. There's no problem about it, Kra. The West African power pool no ye ne eko wasefo aye no countries bi wo ho a who generate power no cheaper. So it makes sense for those countries to generate and export to other countries. I know there any problem cra. And untino unim say takra de thermal plant no e buy no. And only a first thermal plant I de buy. Ya de buy no. Na you take what do you call it, the growth in demand into consideration. The time when you see you know now excess capacity that nimbe say 200 megawatts because enya afibia na obetimi see plant enti wo see plant ya necessarily na so project ko wanim say demand no bedru say sia no ka say demand e wo man mu ya ka say satisfy ni nyina no a we can be talking about excess capacity bia because Valco ye bue Valco full ports no nyina say enya adwuma excess capacity eni ho ye bue sa steel plant bia ya besi no newo hoi kwa nso hoi ye bue ni nyina eno wo mo operate at 1/3 their capacity
they pram
they operate say here power bia no. And let me tell you excess capacity began at the time when you see Akosombo Dam yesi no na ye check here yentimi ye usua enru 1/3 of power no enunti because of that na America for say wo mo finance wenum si yem finance yensu ye hia say yes ade no. So that was what motivated Kwame Nkrumah emane kohwe Kaiser for no say sa na tie dia momra sa excess capacity ne beto amamu cheap for this number of years Jensen agreement enti based on sa aluminium smelter you know say excess capacity no nyina wo mo be absorb even though at a take away price no ansa na ye nya funding no ediasi dam no enti no excess capacity issues no they are necessarily part of generation development.
Okay.
Ultimately,
general.
Say idea won't pay excess capacity said ne and then me here 10 megawatts no machine net 10 megawatts or China you call 15 megawatts and no machine you cannot be building power plants like that until you a power plant you must be forward looking.
Okay.
Say excess capacity wo na demand no feel.
Okay. General my mema kwai na fe numsuo kakra na fe area there are other national issues that we want to look at and then some internal party issues na fe ya de enkomo twetwe no ya de banawe and sa snit na fe NIA ma wakwanya na fe one merge be kire o snit number ne o NIA number no o de abom wo NIA card no eso enti shene so anano minister for twetwe enkomo wa ha o dial star 11 star 9 hash star 711 star 9 hash TNB star 711 star 9 hash na fe what follow prompt no announce so betimi akosnet website www.snet.org.gh na fe one merge with snet and on NIA numbers no tietia simple and one say what dial star 711 star 9 hash no na what follow prompt no e bia na refill password o kwan abefa so na afi wamo afaso de aboa wo bra ukọ the snet.org.gh no na afi wa click my NIA number na afi wa merge 88 now if you say ya dey with the snet number emaye wa bra ukọ register NIA no a na say wo de uni problem ya merge de dada enti no so kwa abefa so a check and say we be dial star 711 star 9 hash na afi wa follow prompt no confirm the status of the merger. Say o asembi sebia 0302611622 and also toll free Vodafone phone kwa toll free number 0800 110094. Facebook, Instagram na Twitter at Snits Ghana ubenya akwenya na no di nkita ho ewo the Snits NIA numbers measure why carry two cards when one card can do the job. Sikamani bia no bomode na fafa Access Bank, say Western Union, say MoneyGram, Ria, ZPay, Unity Link, Wave, World Remit, Access Africa. Nina ni here and say account to Access Bank. Na odo account number no dia ma ebusuani no wa ma no ne no. Scan ba to account tishane so when you think of money transfer, think Access Bank. It's fast, safe, secure and rewarding. Say open in Chemubia Freto free number 0800 004400 and I'll call www.ghana.accessbankplc.com. Ubenya ni awhwehwebia na face social media ne press no so ubenya in Chemubia open oho Access Bank more than banking. Shannon so say people drinks na wodwaso the pa na ahoden so e wo mde bon so da fam open the cola and open orange otopono and amofra no school Puma drinks and I may come for a day amount to phone number the animal friend number na yen supply 0262 351 251 0262 351 251. It's another quality product from the FDA. Pensemu and what's that? Yen Pharma Phoenix Insurance, Puma Drinks and a face Salvage Group Ghana. Minora Johnson ASIEDU NKETIA and the Guswa Air Train and Como General. You hear new private jets.
David.
In here for presidential jet. I didn't. Because just say near your way and nadia a bebwa or mampenino na quentu uchre in Chimu say
emu ne me manfro emu na etia kakra for President Kufuor, but say anya kwatia president enti ko no de fit no pa me gidi say president
general
because uramo a me share no na che say me ka say na President Kufuor jetia okoto ye with ne height and obi ka say sa tem no na on se obeko ono ankasa anyusu President Kufuor anyusu or die am to no na konwa no Ana me ka say ebia na ne party candidate at that time no ne height no hwede to e because no di uramu na who says president Kufo na ejina mu a. But besides that, you're okay for our purpose. One more can say presidential jet, one more thinking, na, as I say, you're more holistic. By way saying, who can say here jet now they to other countries as well. Country be our priorities. And then you may hear no. Enunti no o megina hon ka say country we wo plane ti say we no plane ti say yeso ye nko ye bisa ye nya no sa o man bia ne ne ma ye hia ye eni ba bia ye place ye value enunti no me susu say wo hwe Ghana ye values eni e bibia no presidential jet na e wo ho no ye adequate I bet me meti say da no me hwe ni ti na o kan say president to kwa delegation as a call your Dwaso Nsem. He either does not understand kwa president first to kwa na washeda na onim na obebre ni so because unim say need to imply say president ko ba bia say nipa oni wo mu betu kwa nyina tra plane ba kumu kono unim say entro. It never happens anywhere. Because President Betu Kwaya, there must necessarily be an advanced team.
Umbe dikai ako.
Omune dikai. Eko she hotels. Security team wa ebeko ako cheki President ba hene obefa. Na omo afa sa route nu nyina so ameki security precautions ni ande ade nyina aplane. And yes, be a president no bedru wie ya no anda no an e plan ba bi obefa enti ba bi obey ye meetings ni ade ade nyina pre-arrange enti wo mo nyina ntena ayi plane ba ko mu nko say president ko or the businessmen continue say wo mo nyina ntena plane ba ko mu. It does not happen like that. In fact, me won say obi a ono ewo bi kan ewo o mind security mukura na or displays a type of ignorance no because say nyina mpo tra plane back mu a security wise no enye kura BBC a nyina ko enti na wo say president ni vice ni certain people ye nyina ye ntra plane back mu ntu kwai no. There was security implications. But
apart from that,
General, say president, any ministers is saying, and necessary play more at a goa into a quarter plane, a bit my funny pa 50
the president's comfort. Say be I will too quite long hours. Now Udru Yanwan will run meeting, be myself freshen up and sana.
I say Ujari Uni or my muna president be. I say wakoto jacuzzi ewo ni bath house no uni o maimo anasa atem na onya nyine President Rollins Ebreso
me too general
say o kai say I say President Rollins wakoto bath ya na jacuzzi ya obia obiyo wakoto jacuzzi ya odware mu ebeye issue sa atem say ye for 4,000 cedis ebeye issue say sa atem no na Kufu Ado kano sena yenim se ono bedi president ya jacuzzi no yensi no wo fam ye besi no wo wiem ama na dware agu ya pampam a ka ba jedi
Adom FM
enunti adenti na se president dware wo wiem. Tell me no bi ka se rainwater kra nye safe
Adenti.
Okoso President Johnson. So I don't think that's a president to get with you. I can't say, see, so freshen up will play Munan. How many people do that? How many presidents do that? How many of them? Tell me. So who say that same time no woman show sa luxury plane no emun semgo ayimu that time no o hwe the European Union president no be woman countries woman ye woman be show a year another video na Macron French president on anybody bodyguard woman call for a public train. Satam no na mu show sa luxury no. Womu show nipa na ye kwa ne ho akope busia no. Womu show no say womu mampani no. Ono address ha she ne koto a okofro public plane and like they say train. E dey too kwai. And now within that same week no. And now womu show a UK Prime Minister no so afro sacre ako supermarket akoto niema oti sacre so awoko fie. What does it tell you? Womu ka chen say nim nyansa na womu ayeye kwa akosere womu sika no womu mpanimfo no kura womu ne yenie na yeye pani no ono esese play no otimu a enye enough so onya de obedware mu wo ewiem. Entina na kwasi pratika se bia bibi wo ho a health condition bia ba ye president no ho a se wanware a otukwan se hours na wanware a ontimi nkochia na se mumie ehunu say this is the condition and that is why we are spending the money. They must open up.
Okay.
Because apart from that, me who what is wrong with say what play more uba bisia your baby towels near the idea they freshen up no what's yakoye what are there no near manina your baby edison saying usia ubetime ubesia 1 hour to the time ubetime freshen up akwa na say obe here say obe dware there. Nature said there must be some health condition there.
Okay. General Medase, a few of your Facebook comments. Ken Ewo Swami Kumase say President Akufo-Addo collected 170 million loan to open new bank. After 2 weeks, then came judgment debt. It's robbing Peter to pay Paul. And Ken be free Kumase de Aba Adwoado. Ebisa, so is general really there? No, General Hopper or General Nine so and Adwaso so Ebisa Inshaba money grant or say CJ our leaders should wake up. We are in crisis. And also they are about Facebook and no Samuel J. Bota Ghana leaders are very wicked. And also they are they buy and no. Pastor Mario on Facebook say inti MPP ni NDC ankasa, what have we Ghanaians done to you people? Chese this one come chop money and go. The other comes same thing. Where did we go wrong as Ghanaians?
Disappointed MPP ni.
But just say
nipa bi obeka MPP NDC bi disappointed MPP ni. Watu ababo ne no wanu ne ho na ompese obeka. Nti oba say MPP NDC nyina ya dekoro. Enya dekoro.
Okay. In Shaba Grant, I say, I'm enjoying your show with the general. What he's saying about recruiting people into the army is serious. Let those doing the underground recruitment know that a time will come where we, the civilians, will not be afraid of the armed forces and the country will be on fire. Greetings to all people in La Paz, New Market. And also there or they abandon. General, I wish we had Nyananka Yakobe 10:30, but then you call 10 o'clock. General, Oralo Jacob says the status of party to saying.
Oh, on your party need you.
On your party need you. Oh. You see, but I am not going to focus. The same NDC na Ura Cabinet Japan and Chairman Fuku Abra na NPP for one more action one so Sakwan ya so na mwana na mo kebi
enya Sakwan ya so omono de force wa eni wo mo mramu na de process rule of law and the pursue case I could draw a conclusion. Yes, I quite way.
And you're quite so quite now. So
we will be Casabia and so you're disappointed and PP. Because yeah, dear no, your constitution and your defect, you know. And now, Oya Bonia, Obi petition near T1 Nsem, near Kwakohe, na disciplinary committee, Wamudi, Muayaba. Near the recommendation about near the Ayajuma. MPP, dear no, there is nothing in MPP constitution. I just say, Obia Bonia, I say regional chairman for the regional secretary for Ecosia, signing documents. He say, Yempe chairman, who Yempe Nina, ye fabricated by Kufado Satam, no person getting rid of Uncrophobia on Peomo. And when we're calling them and drawing their attention to their own constitutional provisions. What I say? Now they file proper procedure. So, there are some of the petitions that are still in the process here. It is still with the disciplinary committee. I actually want more recommendation. But in the case of Alote Jacob, there is conclusive. Okay. In the case of Atubiga, and also on the resignation letter, into a keteli processes, and also ya respond until also in your party. So, is
there any way these two former members can get back into the NDC or Alote Jacobs?
Sure. They can always apply to come back.
They can apply to come back?
Yes, but they will be joining as new members.
As new members?
Yeah.
I see.
Because one person nipa ba party mo asenka onye campaign. And the fact is your campaign which say you are opening the gates for people, new members to come. And say Alotekas or Banda, he's coming as somebody who has never been a party member or a new member or basic membership.
That's what Shas here for
your corner branch accepting a branch be up or join or more accepting, he becomes a party member. Tana Emran here. And it says Nanando Cracker say or resign or buying this year. You kwanya or coffee branch no form. That's more accepting. We accept.
But I must survey no with letter officially. Say party no on Kahumbi or Alote Jacobs na maybe say.
Yeah. Say a process no. I see the outcome of the process no. I say who no fit.
Mo de share nensa or mo de share one more.
Why you faso the letters come amount for no. We use those systems.
General, we are a member of the Parliamentary Service Board.
Yes.
Mejidi say ya dwumaso a wo no every show mu o plans say obema mrahye fie niema atoto na kwanso na wadwuma no mo ye no wo remain accountable to Ghanaians. Plans ni be any day general.
Oh, Parliamentary Service Board no has nothing to do with what happens in the chamber. On say you on say judiciary. And your judicial service. Judiciary no. Chief Justice no. A head no. And only the larger institution. Service no ye nipa eye juma a support to my judiciary no timi na juma. Enti ye de parliamentary service no. Eye nipa I mean, crudely I can say support service. Staff near Jumaifua. That's a manager womo. Now mutimi provide the environment here before swama parliament here in Najuma. Until we do not control whatever happens on the floor of parliament here and say no, it's not part of our work. Okay. Things like Sebia, providing accommodation
for
facilities
for MPs
for MPs those are the offices money printing services staff wa adwuma wo ho ne ade procurement e BCC adan no bia ka ho those are the things we do.
Okay.
It's not about the operations of parliament in the house,
in the chamber. Okay. General Edibesi, but final question. Best president in the Fourth Republic. Omampenia, why ye adwuma ma na so enipa sa Fourth Republic mu ebe omampeni be ya.
Na we say omu nyina omo periods ya omu ye adwuma no ye different. Ebi ye 4 years, ebi ye less than 4 years, ebi ye 8 years. Intino lumping them together and assessing them on the same year. To say the nipa bijina valley mu na e bijina table so na e bijina bepo apampam na say oh share or more high. You cannot do that assessment well.
Honestly, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Namisha, Ora Johnson, ASIEDU NKETIA, and Ameneno, Acheche, and Kobono. Yeah, you see, OPD.
Chief,
yeah,
na ka be ma honorable ASIEDU NKETIA kan ye tell me ba kwa man say ye be start work and happiness. Tia ye digigi eni honorable
those who talk to you about others talk to others about you. Omo kan krofo ho nsem kire wo no.
Eye wo ma ne ka so nsem e kire nkofo. Honorable ye nwie no na ansana.
Ye kan twi omo kan krofo ho nsem kire wo no. Eye wo ma na omo kan so nsem kire nkofo. Na brofo no ya brante yi den. Nti na ne wafa wo lawyer opese obey no na fe ye kan brofo na fe ye se dwumadi no ye di to apo. Eti omo kan krofo ho nsem kire wo no. Eye wo ma ene kan wo so ho nsem kire nkofo. Je na aka brofo no na yen sore mre no aso.
Those who talk to you about others are the same who talk to others about you.
When Messi Street so Debbie Messi Street so Debbie on abo aka ne no and me nyame hu fi